Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is CJ and I post makeup videos here on YouTube, which is what you are so kindly watching right now. So today it's going to be just kind of like, I don't want to say all over the place because that just makes it sound so bad. I'm going to be playing with like some new Boxycharm stuff that I have received recently. I think it's 2 months worth. My Boxycharm videos, which is completely fine, but they don't get a lot of views, and I understand that. I only ever click on people's Boxycharm videos if I like the YouTuber and because I am like a subscriber to Boxycharm, I guess. So like I love seeing what other people get. But a lot of people are not Boxycharm subscribers, and I don't have that much time to film videos, and so I want to spend the time that I do have filming videos that you as a viewer would want to watch. And because I don't think a lot of you like watching my Boxycharm videos, which again is completely fine, I am not going to be filming them that much anymore. So instead, what I'm going to do is over a couple of months or so, I'll take what I've gotten that would be actually interesting to watch. So not like a hand soap or anything like that. And I'll kind of just use it all at once. So today I have 2 face primers that I'm going to use. An eyeshadow palette, a highlighter palette, and a lip scrub. Oh, and a face powder. A lip scrub and a face powder. So I'm going to be using those things. This video is probably going to be all over the place. I have not filmed in probably like a month or so. So I'm a little out of habit of it also. And I will put a timestamp right here on when I actually start talking about makeup, which is probably what you care about. But anyway, I just want to say I hit 100 subscribers a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm at like 105, 106 right now, which is insane. And oh my gosh, okay, so my L'Oreal foundation review, that tinted serum, I think that's the video that kind of was like the catalyst for everything. Over 1,000 views. What the hell? Thank you so much. It's so weird. I was so sick in that video. Like, I have found myself like watching it and being like, why did 1,000 people watch this? Or why has this been watched 1,000 times? Because I don't understand it, but thank you. That's so kind of you. I am so excited. And to all 105 or 6 subscribers, I really appreciate you and you're super, super cool. So anyway, let's just go ahead and hop into this video. So first I'm going to go in with this Pinky Rose little stick thingy. It's in Hip Hop. I don't know. I think I've used this on my channel. I got it from a Boxycharm. I think this was like my December one. But it's like a little eye primer stick. Okay, I'm going to have to use my niece broke my mirror. My little 8-month-old niece broke my mirror, my makeup mirror. And so I'm having to like use other mirrors, obviously. Oh, and I need to pin my hair back. Oh my gosh. See, I told you y'all, it's been a while. It's been a while. I'm out of practice and I don't really know what I'm doing. But anyway, this is a little eye primer stick. I love this. I use this anytime I want my eyeshadow to last. I use this. It's flesh toned for people who have flesh that is my skin tone or, you know, similar. And it is a little tacky. It's not the easiest thing to blend, but that's because it's not very creamy, and that's typically a good thing for an eye primer. You don't want anything to be like too super creamy on your eyes, on your eyelids, because that means it has moisture in it, and that means it is more prone to creasing, which most people don't want to happen, is their eyeshadow to crease. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the Wander Beauty Wanderous Escape eyeshadow palette. I got this, I think, 2 months ago. This is what it looks like. I've used this a couple of times, and I can tell you one thing. It's beautiful. The shimmers are impeccable, but there is a crap ton of fallout. So that is why I'm doing my eyes first. I'm probably going to do like a very basic neutral look. I'm so sorry. I plan on filming something like right after this because it's Mardi Gras weekend. It's Monday, but it's our Mardi Gras holiday here in Southern Louisiana where I live. And so that means I've been off of work since Saturday, and today's Monday, and I'm also off tomorrow. So I'm trying to film as many videos as humanly possible as I can, while also prepping my 3-dogged home for my best friend and her husband. Oh, Marilyn, he's a husband. It's so crazy. Anyway, for them to come stay here, because we're going to be staying here for my birthday this upcoming weekend. And y'all, 3 dogs in one house. This house gets nasty. And I'm trying to clean it, and so I'm trying to do that and film, and it's a mess. So anyway, I'm going to do a very neutral look so that I can change shirts after this video and it still match. So first, I'm just going to go into this little nude beach shade. This shade is such a good neutral tone. I love it. I've been using it quite often. Also, we're just going to ignore my eyebrows. I know I really need to pluck them. But as I said, I am trying to get a lot of stuff done in one weekend. And even though it is a long weekend and I feel very blessed for that, I do love living in a state where there is literally work holidays to go get drunk and catch beads in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. I am not there this year. I have been there quite a few years. Yes, my ear is super irritated. Also, please don't look at that. But anyway, I've done the New Orleans Mardi Gras thing, and it is so much fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's completely worth the hype. But just with COVID and all this stuff, and crime's been really bad there recently, and so that I'm also kind of nervous about. And I just need to get my house ready for my best friend to come stay and her husband, and I really wanted to film. So my boyfriend and I are doing the very lame thing, which he actually has to work today. He's off tomorrow because tomorrow is technically Mardi Gras. But he had to go into work today, so he's not here. But I could have gone. I just not feeling it this year. Just not feeling it. All right, next I'm going to go into Enchanted, which is this neutral purplish taupey kind of shade. It's so pretty. I love this shade. First of all, okay, I really don't like this color. Like, what the hell is this doing in here? This doesn't match. But every other color is just like, it's a perfect neutral every single day sort of palette. And I love shades like this Enchanted shade that I'm going in with like a little purplish hue. Because I have hazel eyes. And anything that just ever so slightly leans purple on green, hazel, anything leaning ever so greenish looks so beautiful. Now I'll say this palette, I've used it a couple of times as I stated earlier. The mattes do take a little bit of building. They're not super pigmented upon like first application, but I think for a palette like this, where except for this stupid blue, but it's kind of beginner friendly, you know, the colors aren't anything like too terribly vibrant or anything like that. I think it's, I don't know, some eyeshadow palettes I would much rather build upon to get that pigmentation, because it means like the shadows, I guess I would rather sit there and kind of build than have something that's not very blendable and you have to get it right upon like first try. Those are really good for like experts, you know, but like for everyday people, it's not the easiest thing. Okay, and now I'm going to go into Overnight, which is this little deeper brown, and I'm going to kind of build the outer V up. And then because I do want that darkness focused mainly on the outer portion, I'm only kind of going inward once basically everything's off of my brush. Okay, next I'm going to go into Daydream, which is just this kind of champagne gold shimmer shade. I think this is like the actual only shade I haven't used from this palette yet besides Sunkissed, this one. But I'm going to go into this just because it's super cute and neutral. I really want to go into that purple, but I've already used it and I already really not like it. So I'm going to try this one. But what I will say is the first thing that you need to do when using this palette, and a lot of times with like glitters and palettes in general, is to go in with like a glitter primer or adhesive or something. So I'm going to be going into the NYX glitter primer. I don't know if you can tell, but my dogs really like this. So anyway, I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand and then take a brush and kind of just tap it on my lid. So now that I have that primer on, again, I've used this palette before, so I know how to use it, and the finger is the best way. I just take my middle finger and I go into the shade. I kind of get a nice little build up on there like that. Okay, the shimmers in this palette are beautiful. When I first used, like, look at that. Can you see it? Dude. Anyway, when I first used this palette, I was a little shooketh at how, I know, and I sound so cringe. I'm almost 20. Y'all, I turned 29 on Sunday. This upcoming Sunday, it's Monday. I turned 29 on Sunday. In less than a week, I will be a year away from 30. I am flipping out a little bit. Like, now that I find, like, 30 old, at even a little bit. Like, I just know, everyone says, like, most adults say that, like, the 30s are, like, the best part of your life. Because, like, you're kind of established and you know what you're doing. And, like, the beginning of my 20s were I thrived so hard. But, y'all, recently, the past few years, I have It has taken a nosedive, my friends. I'm just not pleased with who I am as a person. And so I'm hoping maybe turning 29, turning 30 will kind of get my ass into gear. Anyway, as you can see, absolutely beautiful, immediate shimmer. You don't really have to build it up that much. That was just like 2 little presses in there. And so I'm just going to take my brush from earlier. It's kind of a thinner. It's not so densely packed, so it kind of can just flick away the excess and really get that blend. And I'm just going to take that and kind of run it in between the glitter and the matte shadows. Yeah, like that's so pretty, but you can see like there's, you know, there's definite fallout. But most palettes do, like most shimmery, if you're wanting to use like a shimmer on your lid, do your eyes first. You know what I mean? Most shimmers, I don't know if I've actually ever tried one shadow that's like a shimmery shadow that doesn't have at least a little bit of fallout. And so that's why when you're going to be using shimmery stuff, just do your eyes first. It's not as fun. I always like doing my face first, but it saves your booty in the end, so that's always good. Alright, so I have my eyelids done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to wipe away all this excess glitter. Like, as you can see, it's all... So what happens when you have tiny eyeballs and you're using your finger to put glitter on? It just gets everywhere. So I'm going to go and use some micellar water to kind of clean stuff up. And then I'm going to put on some falsies because I'm feeling like it. And then I will be back to do the rest of my face. So, BRB. Alright, so I'm back. I did my eyeliner. I used my always NYX Professional Epic Ink Liner. Super, super good. And then I used the last pair, which I'm really upset about, of my Kiss 11 lashes. I don't know exactly which ones. I'll Google it and see Kiss 11 and link them down below, along with everything else that I have on my face, which will also be linked down below. So anyway, I went ahead and did that, and then I used micellar water all over my face to get rid of the majority of the glitter. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be testing out both of these primers. I have used this one. It's by Laura Geller. It's their Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer. Hydrate, moisturizes, and replenishes. I have used this a couple of times. I really like it. I actually used this the day that I was in a Mardi Gras parade last weekend. It was a boat parade. And so I got ready, at like 8 a.m. and then was on a boat for 7 hours, possibly. A really long time. And when I got home at like 8 p.m.-ish, my makeup still looked really good. I do love this. This one I have not tried. So I'll be putting this on this side of my face and this one on this side of my face, and we'll see which one I like best, or if there's even a difference at all. There might not be. So this Laura Geller one, it comes out, it's pretty thin and it's white. And it's not this primer that's making my skin red. My skin is just being a reactionary little bitch today. So that's usually typical. I'm going to use that one. And then on the other side of my face, I'm going to be using this one, which I've never tried before. It's by Yensa. It's their Color and Face Tone Up Primer, Essential Glow with 8 Super Blacks Essence. Don't know what that means, but we're going to try it anyway. And this one, it's a little more flesh toned. This one was just like straight up white. This one is more of, I don't want to say, more of my flesh skin tone. So I'll use that on this side. The consistency, honestly, like feels the exact same for both. Like once I put it on my skin, they feel incredibly similar. Like that thin, eventually kind of tacky sort of finish, which I really enjoy in a primer. Okay, so I have both primers on. I don't see a difference between either side. Let me zoom you in. I don't see a difference like on either side. Honestly, it just it looks the same to me. It just looks like moisturized on both sides, which I'm not even a little bit mad at. So before I do my foundation, I'm going to go into this little lip scrub thing by Bali Balm. I don't know. I thought it was just like a chapstick when I first used it a few weeks ago, but no, it's a scrub. It's an actual scrub. There's like granules. It's like a little sugar thingy. I do like it. I was a little taken aback when there was stuff in it, but I do like it. It smells really good. It tastes pretty good. I mean, you're not supposed to be eating this stuff, but it tastes pretty good. There's a little bit of like oiliness to it. I don't know exactly what's in it, but you can kind of feel that kind of moisturizing your lips a little. But I do like it. It's cool. I mean, I don't know. Lip scrubs are just kind of like a over the top thing that I don't use all that often, but I'm not mad that I have it, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm just going to go into my foundation. I don't have anything new to use, so I'm just going to use a mixture of my Becca really full coverage 24-hour one. And all right, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I'm really trying to work through some of my foundations. I really don't want to waste them. And this one's so full coverage, and I know I love it, and it mixes really well with anything. So I'm just going to mix it with my Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. So I'm going to mix these together, put it on my face, and I will be right back. Hey guys, all right, so I have my foundation on. As I said, I went in with a mixture of this Becca 24-hour Ultimate Coverage Foundation. I use the shade Cashmere, right? Yes, Cashmere. And then the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Protective Makeup Sunscreen. It has SPF 50 in it, and it is in 110 Porcelain. I actually love the mixture of these two. I'm sure I've used it before. I tend to mix this with a lot of stuff because it's a little too dark for me. I did get this out of a Boxycharm, but when mixed with other things, it's just perfect, and it is so full coverage. So, like, basically anytime I'm on camera, there's some sort of this going on. And this I'm just kind of trying to work through. I like it. It's not my favorite thing in the entire world, but I do like it. So really like these two together. And then I went in with my concealer, which I used the Believe Beauty, which is Dollar General's in-home brand. They actually have some gems. Their mascaras, no. I didn't. I've tried two of their mascaras. One was in a purple tube. One was in a yellow tube, or a gold tube. Did not like either of these, but I love this concealer, and I'm hoping either later today or tomorrow. I am planning on filming like a product roundup sort of video, and this concealer will be in that. So I did use that on my under eyes and on my nose. I did not use that anywhere else. I have some spots on my face, but I'm honestly, I can't be bothered by them today. It's real life, okay? People have like spots in their real life. It's not a big deal. But anyway, I'm really liking how my skin looks like right now. It looks incredibly pale. I'm seeing myself in the viewfinder right now of my camera, and I'm just like, I look like a blob of paleness. But you know what? I'm not mad at it. Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this face powder. It is by OPV Beauty London. It is their translucent loose setting powder. I tried this once, and I remember really liking the immediate results, but I didn't give it a long-term wear. I will pin a comment down below and tell you how it kind of held up, because powders typically like hold your makeup up, you know. But I do remember really loving how this looked at first, like upon first application. So I'm very excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom you in. Okay. I'm zooming you in. So I really want you, because powder makes like such a huge difference, you know. So I really want you to see like the full oomph of what we're working with here. So I'm going to take this brush and tap out any creases I might have. This concealer never creases on me, but I do believe because of that Maybelline Urban Cover sunscreen thing, it's creasing a little bit more, like the foundation that's underneath. Because I know, I can tell you right here and right now, that concealer does not crease. But anyway, so I'm going to go into this. I really like the packaging. It's super nice. I like the rose gold. I do wish it had like a little thing where you could like turn off, you know what I mean? Like where it covers the hole, so stuff's not like coming out all the time, but beggars cannot be choosers, you know what I mean? And so I'm going to tap just a little bit of the powder into the cap. Yeah, that's enough. That's not enough. And I'm just going to tap it into my under eyes. I'm going to remove the dog hair that's all over my brush. I'm going to kind of lightly tap it right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to powder this side of my face, and then if I can, zoom you in even more so you can see like the actual difference that it makes, because I feel like that would be pretty cool. Okay, let me zoom you in a little bit more. I know I'm going to have to touch up my eyeliner. I know. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that right now so you don't have to look at it. And that's probably really distracting. Okay. Alright, so I touched my eyeliner up a little bit. I'm not obsessed with how it looks. I'm probably going to have to fix that before we come back in. But I did just want to kind of show you up front and up close the difference that the powder made. So you can see shininess on this side, completely different. I think that's really all it did. But I mean, if you get up like really close, you can't really see a lot of powders. Like you can see them kind of sitting like hot and heavy on the skin, and I feel like this one you really can't. I do really enjoy this powder. I think. So I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to finish the rest of my face basically, except for my highlighter. And then I guess I will go ahead and just do my lower lash line with the eyeshadow palette. So I'll go do that. Hey guys. All right. So I am officially done with my makeup. I think I really, really like how it turned out. Again, everything that I put on like off camera and stuff, it will be linked down below if you are at all curious as to what it is. But the last thing that we get to work on is our highlighter. Sorry if you could hear all that. But anyway, it's our highlight. And this, I used it once, okay? And it was for the same like little parade thing. And I kind of went in ham and it looked beautiful. So I'm very excited to use this again. This is by Ace Beauty, whatever. I always say Ace Beauty, just it's fun for me to say it like that. But it is their Glow Essentials highlighter palette. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful, okay? And I have swatched most of them on the back of my hand, and they are all literally blinding. Like, they are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shades. All the ones on the bottom I cannot use. So this Beaming, Gleaming, and Radiant, they're a little too dark for me, for my skin tone, but it's still beautiful. And I can use these for eyeshadows. I can use them for whatever. So I do really, really enjoy this palette. Now, I will say I have used this once, and when I was using it, I knew I was going to be in a boat on a parade. So I was like, look, this is my moment. I'm gonna shine, I'm gonna sheen, shimmer, glimmer to the gods, okay? So I packed it on, and I realized that spraying my face first with like a setting spray and then putting it on was the way to go. So that's what I'm going to do today. Where's my spray? All right, so I'm just going to use this little random spray that I have. It's by Monica Dar. It is their Hydrating Face Mist. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to spray my face. And as that is just kind of like working its way into my skin, I'm going to take a little brush. And I believe I'm going to go into a mix of Glowing, this one, and Icy. Poppin', this one is a little more pink than what I am wanting. So I'm just going to mix these two because I don't really want anything too pink. And let's see. Do you see it? I think you see it. I think you see it, my friends. I know this is like a little circa like 2015 beauty YouTube, like the super poppin' highlight, but you cannot tell me that does not look beautiful, because you would be incorrect, my friend. I'm so sorry. I don't want to tell you that, but you would be. So, but just like the mix of these two, and I do wish, like, I think this palette was pretty pricey, and I do wish that, you know, they had, is this like in a certain shade? No. I do wish, and this is kind of like a typical wish that I have for brands, is that when they come out with like base palettes like this, like highlighter palettes, blush palettes, bronzer palettes, is that they do like multiple shades. I don't know, like they could have this, but these would be lighter, and it would be this palette light, and then they would have one more suited for deeper skin tones. That's the only kind of thing that I wish brands would do a little bit more. And I do know that like smaller brands like Ace Beauty isn't that big of a brand, so I get why they're not doing it, because they probably don't have the funds to, which don't quote me on that because I don't really know their logistics and stuff. But bigger brands, you know, I feel like they have the money too, so why not just like, you know. So that's the only thing that I kind of critique palettes like this for, and I've always kind of critiqued that on my channel. It's like, I don't know, if you're gonna make face palettes, like, people have different colored faces, you know what I mean? Mine is incredibly white, so I'm gonna require a different shades of color as opposed to someone who is not quite so pale, basically. This highlighter palette is incredibly intense. I mean, can you see it? Can you see it? I think you can see it. It's intense. I love it though. It's so much fun. It's like such a moment. I love it. So anyway, that is the end of this video. I know it was kind of all over the place. I don't really think there was like an end goal of this video. I just kind of wanted to sit down and play with some makeup that I hadn't gotten to truly play with on camera and introduce you to it, I guess, and all of that. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I am just like, I can't even wrap my head around it. And I know it's so stupid. It's like only 100, but that's 100 people, okay? And like when I first started my channel, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like my family, my boyfriends, like that's all that's gonna watch it. And look, I know I'm from the South, okay, but I don't have 100 people in my family, okay? I do not. So the fact that people outside of my family, people that don't even know me, you've subscribed to me. Someone told me that I don't need to contour my nose because she likes my nose. Like, oh my god. Thank you so much. You're so nice. Just, I don't know. I'm trying to be a lot more proactive with my channel. A lot of things in my personal life have changed, and so I don't have nearly as much time to film as I might have used to, but I am on it and I'm really excited, and I hope that you really like my channel and decide to stick around. I'm going to be trying to film a lot more. It's just kind of growing pains into what's been going on. So I do plan on filming quite often. It's just, as I said, it's been kind of like growing pains around here. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and that's it. Bye.